Hey guys, sitting in a 2008 Toyota Sienna LE. Got the check engine light VSC track off. I did a scan and look at what I've got here. I believe that it is bank 1, sensor 1. There it is, P0031. That means that we got a heater control circuit, which was bad. And I think that's all that we got there. Yep, just the one. So we're going to put in the new O2 sensor, bank 1, sensor 1, which is in a tough place, but I've got the cure. So stay tuned. You'll get to see how to do this on the easiest way possible. All right, so like I said, 2008 Toyota Sienna LE. This is the V6 model, 3.5 liter. So it has the bank 1, sensor 1 code for the oxygen sensor. This is the bank 2 sensor 1 oxygen sensor. You might be able to see the bank 1 is, or bank 2 sensor 2 is right down there. What you're going to run into the problem with is that bank 1 sits all the way back there against the firewall. But here's the way that you get in. First of all, jack your van up using the large nut here on the subframe. Put it up on jack stands. You will really only need one tool for this, and that is the oxygen sensor tool with a ratchet. This has a telescoping handle, but not really necessary. But longer handle does give you better leverage. I'm going to take a light down with me as well, so that I can show you what's going on. All right, so now I have shimmied underneath of the van, and I'm looking up at the exhaust manifold for bank 1, which is this tube right here. It's got a heat shield on top, and you'll see a yellow tab that is the wire to the oxygen sensor, which is right there. I'm going to try to pass the phone up to it. We'll see whether I can get there. So there's your oxygen sensor going into the back. Connectors up top. Now, just to let you know, that's a connector that you want to pass a screwdriver on the left side and pry out just a little bit, and it'll come unclipped pretty easily with one hand that way. So what we're going to do now is take the oxygen sensor tool here, loop it over top of the wire, and just drop it right down onto the oxygen sensor there. Now, you're going to want the foot of that oxygen sensor tool to be pointed off and to the right side here, because here's the magic that everyone wants to know. You're going to pass from that foot down and out that wheel well right there. That's the course for your ratchet. If you do that, you'll have all the room you need to. So again, we drop that tool onto it with the foot pointed out toward the right hand side. That's going to be actually pointing toward the passenger side front wheel well. That is your access point to get your ratchet and actually get the leverage that you need. I'll show you in just a moment. All right, everybody, so here I am passing ratchet in from passenger side wheel well up and in. We're going to be able to lock on right there. But now I've got my arm in such a way that I actually have leverage to be able to push toward the engine. So I'm going to actually extend this out. I used a long lever, basically a pipe on the end of my ratchet to be able to give me a little more leverage. Gave it a push forward, which is loosening that, and it loosened right up. Once you get it broken loose, you can take it out by finger, and then just drop the new one in, plug it up, tighten her down, use the same position, but at that point you're just going to take the tool and move it toward the firewall. There you go. Solved your problems. So again, that would have been coming in from this angle down here and looking up and in that way to put that ratchet up to that O2 sensor. But this is your way in without having to use any fancy tools. Again, about the only thing you're going to need is a little longer lever to break that thing loose. I hope this helps you. Certainly took me a little bit of time just to kind of figure out my way in without having to disassemble a bunch of crap like it says to do in the manual. Hope this helps you. Let me know what you think.